Welcome to Kitchen Magic with Randy. So today we are actually going to be making homemade dumplings using an electric pasta maker. Now this is the first time I've done this. My son bought me this pasta maker and we've played with it a little bit, but we haven't actually done a full meal with it before. So here we go. According to the recipe, we need 2 cups of flour, we need a tablespoon of salt, and a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch. So that's what we've got mixed up in here. We just turn our machine on, and then we pour in our ingredients, our dry ingredients at least. We put this lid back on, and then we're going to tell it 2 cups, so we push the 2 cups and let it start blending up those dry ingredients. Now the recipe also calls for 3/4 cup of boiling water. So we've got our tea kettle over there on the stove, and so I'm going to go grab our boiling water, and then we will slowly add it into our flour mixture in the pasta maker. Alright, so we've got our hot water now, and there's these little grooves in the top that apparently we just pour this water into. Hopefully I didn't lose too much of that water for this not to come out properly. Then I have a board down here with some flour on it, and I just have the big circular one on here that's supposed to just kind of give me big sheets that then we will roll out into our little dumpling wrappers. And then when it starts coming out, we're supposed to use this to just scrape it off the front, supposedly. So we shall see. I will turn this back on when this thing actually starts, hopefully, spitting pasta out the other end. Alright, we got our pasta coming out. We're going to have to take it. Make sure you have floured your rolling pin as well as your board. I'm just going to roll them out really, really thin. As thin as we can. Let's see how thin this is. This is what we're actually going to use to make our dumplings. So as these come out, we're just going to keep cutting them off and rolling them out. Alright, so I put my son in charge of actually making the dumplings, and so now we are going to come over here and make the filling. So, we're going to need some hamburger meat, frozen onions. I love frozen onions, they make your life so much easier. My wonderful Duro garlic punches that I love so much. We're going to use some soy sauce. We're going to use some sesame oil, and we're going to use some ginger. So let's get this party started. 2 cubes of garlic. This actually is my ginger. 1 cube of ginger, and we're going to let that start browning. It's starting to look good. Get a big pot of water. Filled it about halfway up. We are actually going to make a dumpling soup. You want to take your water. I'm going to add beef stock into it. I would say I'm probably putting about a cup of beef stock into my water to start that seasoning process. In a minute, we're going to drain everything off of this meat. And we're actually going to drain it into our pot. So now we're going to add some sesame oil. A little sesame oil goes a long way. So you don't... Oh, we're actually almost out of sesame oil. You want to put about a tablespoon of sesame oil in there, which, lucky for us, is what we had left. You want to put about a tablespoon of soy in there. You can do these with ground chicken, ground turkey, ground pork. We just happen to have chose to do ground beef today because that is what I actually had in the refrigerator. And my son said he was craving dumplings, so here you go. As a mom, we try to accommodate. We do want to try to get as much liquid as possible off of this, and we also want to cool it down. Because you're fixing to be using this in a hot pot, so not only do we want to drain it, we want to cool it. Alright, our meat is not completely cooled, but it's cooled off enough that I can handle it. You just take your thin dumpling. I have this cool little dumpling maker. You set on here. We're going to take some meat. Not too much because it needs to be able to seal around it. Okay, make sure it's all pushed in there nice and pretty. We're going to take it, we're going to clamp it down. We're going to pull all of this excess off. See how pretty that dumpling is? And look at that, guys. Isn't that pretty? And then we're just going to take that and put that in our bubbly water. That is how simple it is once you get these dumplings rolled out. Rolling it out is really the hardest part. Luckily, I have a 25-year-old son who very kindly offered to help his mama out today and roll these dumplings out. By the way, ladies, he's over 6 foot, redheaded, and single. If anybody out there's, you know, interested, just send me a message on my page. Good guy. Takes good care of his mama. That's always a good sign. But yeah. So we go in here. See? Perfect. Just drop her on in. And then we just keep doing this over and over and over again forever. I'll let you see what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, so when your dumplings start to float like this, and this guy here, that means that they are done. Now we're actually going to turn this into a dumpling soup. So, let me get this set up. We are going to add some chopped up green onion. We are going to add some spinach. I just like the HEB baby spinach brand. Pre-washed, all that good stuff. We're going to throw our spinach in there. A couple of good handfuls. We are going to add some parsley. Say probably about a tablespoon of parsley to it. We shredded. Give that a good stir. Let all of that blend together. And then we'll be ready to serve. Now over in this pan, we just have a little bit of oil here in the bottom. And we're actually going to fry some of those dumplings that I already pulled out. So these are some dumplings that we'd already boiled. And that's hot. And we're just going to lightly fry them on either side and serve them with some soy sauce on the side of our soup.